instructions as opposed to a stepping
like,
stone.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you follow what I do and you're gonna get a deal. Like, no, I'm trying to help you open yourself up so people can see you better. So you yourself as an artist can grow. That's at least what I took out of, what you were saying. So, I mean, it's like, I know it's here, and plus all those other cats that's like too good to, to be in a showcase, whatever. It's just, for me, it's all about performing, like I say, unity, sticking together, making sure that we all proceed or have this united front with them coming here so they can say, okay, they go back to, to the offices and be like, they got it going on down there. Maybe we need to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on here, and that was my goal.
So one of the things that you could say, that, and how.
I'm an artist, I mean, I used to perform and make beats and things like that. So to me, it's all about creativity. When I think of something, I'm going to think, how far can I go to make this the best thing that I can make it? You know what I mean? Like, even with this showcase, like, I could have just did a normal talent showcase. Gave away $500. That could have been it. You know what I mean? But I reached out and was creative enough to get a record label. You know what I mean? To add something more to the pot, to make it more flavorful. So when somebody looked at it, they'd be like, damn. You know what I mean? And as an artist, that's what I think everybody should have that ability to do. If you're an artist, you got a creative persona. You should be able to expand what it is you're doing beyond just this simple, throw this beat on, let me write this, let me throw this together, and then that's it. You should be able to expand more than that. And cats need to step their CD game up. I mean, write your name or contact numbers on CDs. And
get labels.
Yeah, get labels. It's something, man. It's like, I got all these CDs with nothing on them.
Yeah, you don't know who they are. Right. Don't know who they are.
Don't know nothing.
What they represent. Don't know how to get in contact with them.
Like, what if I liked it? What if one of them, I was having to play in the car and they're like, who is that? And I'm sitting up there looking stupid like, shit, I don't know. Somebody handed it to me at the club. And then you just missed out on your opportunity because you need to step your game up.
We definitely coming back to see a higher caliber of show. I don't exactly know what a venue is going to be, but at the same time, the artists got to learn how to work whatever is given to them. So, like, I'm definitely trying to see, who's going to come from left field, to just shock, what I'm saying, one of us. And that's what I tell them all the time, like, yo, like, hopefully somebody surprise me with something, so that's all I'm really, hoping for, it's just, it's for a pleasant surprise, and everybody, definitely taking the advice that we've been given for the past 3 weeks that we're up here. So, as long as I can see growth from the people that made it to the finals, then I would be satisfied. Like D1 said, and I even mentioned to him, this whole thing isn't to just come up here, we hear you one time and hey, give you a record deal. It's to create an environment and or a show to the point to where we can be like, hey, like, we need to pay attention to Columbus because this is what they got going on. They got this guy here, they got this girl, they got these people here are doing things, and we might need to come up here before somebody else snatch them up, type of thing.
No doubt.
Because, like, I think I've mentioned to a couple of people, like, I know this is not going to be our last times coming up here. I'm talking about even for, this type of event, so the people that I made contact with that stand in contact with me, I want to definitely, continue to track and follow them, and hopefully, some of the people that's here, instead of getting invited up to a showcase, I would love to come up here and say, hey, come to my show. It's going to be at, this spot here, and get there, and there's 500 people there to see that one artist. See, like, that's the difference. That's when you actually doing something. Coming up to us saying, yo, I just open up for whoever, it don't impress us because we know you probably had to pay for that slot or whatnot. You borrowing somebody's crowd. But invite us up here, and it's the MC, whoever you are, show, and you do your thing and you pack it out. Now we like, yo, this person here is money. This person is selling tickets. This person can probably sell some CDs. So that's what we hope to gain from this whole thing, to where, like, somebody uses it as a springboard and just step their game up to a stupid level.
I don't think they would understand about that borrowing somebody else's crowd. where you were just talking about that, because I was just sitting up there thinking like people might be a little too slow and might totally miss that. But you know, borrowing somebody else's crowd, especially like when you opening it up for somebody, for all of you who don't know, I mean, you're not hot just because you opening up for somebody else, because they there to see that headline artist. They're not there to see you, and even if you got some heads rocking, they're not gonna remember you after the show is over with, unless you really shock them like, oh my gosh, you know. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because I know they would have missed that, and I'm listening like, yeah, they need to know that.
Yeah, well, y'all remember last week I informed you. I didn't give you the name, but I told you I knew it was going to win. And I say that because this particular act just has all of what I think an artist needs to have.
Got the pieces.
Got the pieces together. Got their performance. Got their entertainment. The lyrics are good. You know, they tell. You know, they're consistent with the lyrics. They're not rhyming. They're actually trying to tell a story. They focus on the audience. You know, they work the audience. They, you know,
had a good show.
Yeah, and they were coordinated. They were well coordinated. You know, so that's what I'd want to see from some of the other artists. And in having discussions with a few of them, you know, you tell them, well, look, you was pretty good tonight, but you're gonna have to step it up for the finals, because now you might have been the best tonight or part of the best tonight. That don't mean you the best, because there's all of these other artists coming up. So I would like to see people perform and participate in the finals as if we were on the road doing a concert and people were paying $25-$30 to hear them, and them understanding their obligation to the audience who comes to see them, who pays to come to see them, you know, and what their obligation is to them to put on a good performance.
So you
and in having discussions with a few of them, you know, you tell them, well, look, you was pretty good tonight, but you're gonna have to step it up for the finals, because now you might have been the best tonight or part of the best tonight. That don't mean you the best, because there's all of these other artists coming up. So I would like to see people perform and participate in the finals as if we were on the road doing a concert and people were paying $25-$30 to hear them, and them understanding their obligation to the audience who comes to see them, who pays to come to see them, you know, and what their obligation is to them to put on a good performance.
So you're standing by your prediction?
Oh yeah. I'm
nothing swayed you last night. Nobody swayed you last night.
I'll tell you who, you know, like I was telling, I think it was Mafia, was that tall brother? Tree, yeah. Tree. Well, me and him had a long discussion, because something told me that brother wrote that while he was in the joint. That brother wrote all of that while he was in. First of all, I explained it was too long. He didn't have a hook.
Yeah.
He didn't have a hook.
Yeah.
And he needs, if he broke that up and had a little, you know, had a little charismatic kind of thing going with the delivery, you know. Yeah. I don't want to call it swag, because it ain't necessary. It's just how you, you know, how you deliver. He could be up there. And I'd say the other, maybe this was just old folks night, because the other brother with the hat, Anu. He's interesting.
When he came out to that, it was like Muddy Waters or something like
you
that.
Know, right. But that's what grabbed you, because now you like. He got your attention. Go, what is he getting ready to do?
Right.
He getting ready to rap, or is he getting ready to sing the blues?
He came to entertain.
Or you know, that's what he did. That's what he did. And he was very clear. You know, he was very good at his show me. He had a little showmanship. He had a little stuff going on with his hat and his, you know. So, but now they could be up there. I mean, there's a few people, but they got to improve on their act. They got to focus, and we have to tell them they got to keep. And I'm hoping maybe the stage setting is different. But we got to stop people from, you know, folks from coming up on the stage. And they don't seem to mind that. I mean, if I'm working, don't get up in my, you know, don't get up.
Yeah. I remember,
you know,
I remember going to a performance one time.